The conference room fell silent as Ambassador ZYX of the Ethereal Collective finished her presentation. The holographic display showed Earth's history in stunning detail: wars, revolutions, extinctions, and the relentless march of human expansion across their homeworld. Commander Thresh of the Valyrian Defense Fleet leaned forward, his crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the blue glow of the data streams. "This cannot be accurate," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "You're telling us that humans waged war against each other? Not against external threats, but against their own kind?" Dr. Sarah Chen, the human representative, nodded calmly. She had delivered this briefing 100 times across the galaxy, and the reaction was always the same: shock, disbelief, and then fascination. For millennia, Sarah confirmed. World War I alone claimed over 17 million lives. World War II, 30 to 80 million. We did this to ourselves, repeatedly, across centuries. The Ethereal Collective members, beings of pure energy who had transcended physical form a million years ago, exchanged wavelengths of distress. The Valyrians, apex predators from their homeworld, seemed almost impressed. The Tellurians, peaceful herbivores, looked utterly horrified. "But how did your species survive?" asked Physician Velkara, a Tellurian whose 3 eyes were wide with concern. "If you were so violent, so willing to destroy one another, how did you not annihilate yourselves?" Sarah smiled knowingly. "That's the question everyone asks. The answer is simple: we didn't." She activated the next hologram, showing Earth's recovery after World War II. The rise of international institutions. The development of nuclear weapons that created a deterrent strong enough to prevent global annihilation. The gradual realization that cooperation was more valuable than conquest. "We learned," Sarah continued. "Every time we nearly destroyed ourselves, we learned something. Every mistake taught us something new about survival, about cooperation, about the cost of conflict." Commander Thresh's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. "You weaponized your own extinction threat. Brilliant. Brutal, but brilliant." "Exactly," Sarah said. "We survived because we were forced to evolve socially as fast as we evolved technologically. When you can destroy civilization in minutes, you become motivated to prevent it." The Valyrian commander stood and walked to the holographic display, examining images of human soldiers, weapons, and the scarred landscapes of battlefields. These humans fought on their own world, for their own resources, while their species was still limited to a single planet. "And now you've spread across the stars. Now we understand the cost of violence," Sarah said. "We've learned that conquest is expensive, that cooperation is profitable. We've learned that diversity strengthens us rather than weakens us. But we never forgot where we came from." Ambassador ZYX's form shimmered with what might have been appreciation. "The galaxy has been at relative peace for 10,000 years. No species has experienced the kind of existential threat that forces rapid evolution. You humans, you were tempered in conflict." Sarah nodded. "We were shaped by it. Our music comes from our wars. Our literature, our art, our philosophy, all born from trying to understand violence and transcend it. We're not the strongest species out there. We're not the smartest. But we're adaptable in ways most species can't imagine because we've had to be." Physician Velkara made a soft chirping sound. "Is this why you're so effective in diplomatic negotiations? Why you seem to understand both conflict and compromise better than species twice your age?" "Because we've lived both," Sarah confirmed. "We've tasted the bottom of the pit, and we've climbed out. That changes you." Commander Thresh returned to his seat, his expression unreadable behind his crystalline face. "The Ethereal Collective fears that bringing humans into the Galactic Federation will destabilize peace. But I wonder if the opposite might be true. We've become complacent in our peace. Perhaps we need reminding of what it costs." "I'm not here to destabilize anything," Sarah said firmly. I'm here because humanity has learned that our greatest strength comes not from weapons, but from the choice to lay them down. We've learned that we can disagree without destroying. That we can compete without annihilating. That's what we bring to this federation. The Valyrian commander made a sound that might have been laughter. Humans. Violent, resilient, and somehow wise enough to know the difference. Welcome to the galaxy, Deathworlders. I suspect we needed you more than we realized. As the conference dissolved into detailed discussions about human integration into galactic society, Sarah looked out at the stars through the observation window. Humanity hadn't conquered the galaxy through weapons or superiority. They had conquered it by surviving their own worst selves and emerging better for it. That, she knew, was humanity's greatest victory. Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.